They took my son that has autism, his check in the very beginning. I've lost everything. I mean, everything. And it doesn't stop.
Looking and reading on the papers, I was arrested for my middle child not going to school, which I had perfect attendance for all four 9 weeks. Okay.
Margaret from Arkansas. Margaret, did you have a story to tell or a question to ask?
Kind of both. I live in the state of Arkansas, of course. I've had to go up against the juvenile department in the year 2016. And had to hire a lawyer, had to drag my oldest son that has autism through it. I lost my two little ones to the system because of something my teenage daughter did. I lost my college that I was going to for almost up to 4 years. My home I was fixing to buy, all because she started to hit on me, and I went into the system and asked them for help. And I stood up against them because they made me represent myself, because I wouldn't plead guilty to something that I signed on her. And I have to tell you, as of this day right now, I live in complete fear. There's no one here that will send the news stations or nothing. They've sealed my case. The government has here in the state. They won't let me in it. It's not downtown in the city that I live in, where I fought them and won. And I just say that you can fight them and win. They're like leeches, and they suck it right out of you. And I have to tell you that it's been bad for me and my boys because of people of misuse of their power. And then when you take them, or you hire a lawyer and they take them out, it affects you and your family. And it seems like a nonstop. And I'm just wondering, what is it that I can do? The lawyer that was representing me just kind of snowballed me in the end.
Wait, hold on. What did you say? The lawyer that's representing you what?
The lawyer that represented me, she did a fine job right up until the end. And then I called her not too long ago because my ex that I was with 10 years ago stole my child credit and my stimulus in March and February this year. And I had to go down and amend my tax. And I went looking for my custody papers because I didn't have them, because the home I was living in was gone. I lost everything. As a matter of fact, we're in a motel right now. But she went to tell me that I should have just moved from here, that my court case, because I went downtown, is not there. Nothing's there. She said it's been sealed by the state of Arkansas and that nobody can get into it.
Nobody can get into your file?
Right.
Well, do you want to get into it?
I was put on a list. Not even me. No, I heard. I said, you're kidding me because you make $200 an hour. You got to be kidding. And she was real fast with her talk. And I don't want to talk bad about her, but, she didn't do what she was supposed to do in the end. And she said I had been put on a list and I should have moved from here. I told you that a long time ago and you didn't listen. Click. She hung up on me. So now there's nothing downtown in the city I live in because 4 DCFS workers had to step down. They took my son that has autism, his check in the very beginning. I've lost everything. I mean, everything. And it doesn't stop. I mean, I have a son right now that needs a root canal. And I have to tell you, it's just little things. The government, they figure on this. I don't, she said it was on a list. Well, part of mine said maybe it's a list where a flag comes up by your name when you ask for help. Because I've been homeless for 4 months. They've knocked me down, but I still work, I walk, I ride the bus, whatever I got to do. But my case is gone. And she said the state of Arkansas sealed it, and nobody can get into it. So I'm just wondering, what do I do to protect myself from the government? Do I need to move from here? How do I get into my case?
Well,
I
you
mean,
can
how do
you
young
can
people?
file. I'm sure that you can do what you can do in California. You might want to check with a lawyer that's licensed in your state, but you can file some type of petition to some judge in your state and get an order to get a copy of your file.
Right, but when I do that, see, they're very ugly, very. I can't.
What
There's
does that
no
mean? I
lawyer
don't know
there.
what that means.
Well, as in, like, I mean, I don't want to say it on national radio, but like, if someone pull a gun on you, you know what I mean? I mean, you took out some people with power. They smashed people like you. That's what I was told, you know. And that was in the very beginning. I think I contacted you when it first started, but I had to stand up against them. My daughter, you know, she got with a boy, and she was a good girl, and I was living in a home. I was going to college, had everything going for me, Sunday school teacher and all. And I was sponsoring a girl and all kinds of stuff. She went out and she started beating on me. So I went down and I asked him to help me. 2016, to come to my home. And when I did, the lady said, sure. Well, they didn't get her in court for a long time, and I took a lot of beatings. And you know, I went to Little Rock, Arkansas, and I talked to Senator Tony Allen, and he sat down with me at a table because the attorney general wasn't available, and he was very kind. But I had to fight to get a civil rights lawyer, and when I did, she represented me, and she did a very well job, but she took out people that have power, and it affects me. You see.
Well,
She never sued them.
Well, hold on a second. Have you contacted this lawyer to try to help you?
Yes, I did. That's who I spoke to about a month ago, because I wanted to know where my case went. It wasn't downtown, and I didn't have anything because I lost my house and everything went. And she told me on the phone right in front of my son that has autism, Margaret, I told you to move from there, and you didn't listen, and you was put on a list. Click. She hung up on me.
Well, maybe you can call back and ask for her help.
No, she won't help me. Nobody will help me. And it's sad because, I mean, I can move from here, but I have grandbabies here, and they broke statues, and they misused their power, and these people are like, I mean, I'm assuming they definitely tried, they pretty much smashed my life, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And if I try to stand up to them in the city or reach out, someone told me maybe I need to reach out to a state representative, someone who's above them, because whoever's got my stuff filed is the state. And how do I fight the state? Through the federal?
Right, through federal. That's it. That's why there is a federal judiciary system to protect citizens from their own states. As crazy as that sounds.
Yeah.
Listen, this is what you need to do. You need to file a complaint with the Department of Health and Human Services in Washington, D.C. You can Google it. I think the form is online now. And also file a complaint with the United States Department of Justice in D.C. I think they have a division that might be dedicated to CPS type cases. I think I read that someplace or someone told me that. But those are the two things that you have to file with the federal government. Look for federal assistance.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
All right. Yes, sir.
Okay. Listen, Margaret, I want to thank you for calling, and thank you for listening. Call us back in 3 or 4 weeks and give us an update about what's going on.
Sir.
All right? I appreciate it. Thank you, Margaret.
Thank you very much.
All right. We're going to be taking our next break here in a moment, and I want to remind you that our show is now expanded to 3 hours, so we will be going from 9 to 10 p.m. this evening. A new service that we're going to be sending out on our YouTube channel. As most of you know, I have a YouTube channel, Vincent W. Davis. I think it's called Vincent W. Davis Trial Lawyer. And we're going to be having some type of memberships that are going to be offered through that YouTube channel. And there'll be new videos every week on basically how to do certain things in these juvenile and CPS cases. Been getting a lot of requests for those, so I'm working on that right now, but we'll talk more about it. We'll be right back after these messages.